Hi, and welcome to this special edition of Sports Weekly focused on the 2013 McDonald's All American Games here in Chicago. I'm Eric Schmidt. This year marked the 12th annual girls' game showcasing the best high school talent nationwide, and the 36th time the boys laced them up. Aside from showcasing their skills before a national audience in the game itself, the players have several days worth of fun and unique experiences. Sports Weekly is taking you inside the McDonald's All American experience. Our own Camron Smith and Eric Kirn have more.
Since 1977, McDonald's, Chair Morgan Wooten, and a group of basketball experts have selected the best players in the country to be chosen as McDonald's All-Americans.
This is the only All-Star game where the players are selected in a democratic process.
The committee measures two distinguishable criteria:
athletic achievement and then scholastic and community service achievement. And so these kids are really the cream of the crop.
The class selected in 2013 will join an elite club.
As I said to them, as of Thursday, they will be alumni.
More than 220 McDonald's alums are now on current NBA and WNBA rosters.
I had a great time during the week. I just tell everybody to enjoy it like I did. You know, have a good time, be in the moment, make friends.
Meet a lot of new people, it was a great experience, something I was proud to be a part of.
Well, it was great. I remember how talented everybody was. I felt real ordinary with all the great talent that they had in the game.
I feel it's the pinnacle of high school basketball.
Plenty of guys from that game are in the NBA today, so it's really cool to see that.
It was pretty special, so I still remember it very fondly. I remember we lost the game at the end, too, so you don't forget those things.
It was great that, I got the opportunity to be a part of it. Also, they're playing here, man. This is a big honor playing here, man. This is a legendary place.
We're going to be at the United Center through at least 2015. We think there's no better place to have the McDonald's All-American Games than here in Chicago.
Recently, the games have featured plenty of homegrown talent. The overall #1 pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, Anthony Davis highlighted the boys' roster in the 2011 McDonald's All-American Games in front of his hometown, along with Wayne Blackshear and Area Massengale. In 2012, 3 local girls graced the floor of the United Center.
And with the 2013 selections of Jabari Parker and Lene Harper, Illinois has now produced 76 McDonald's All-Americans, ranking the state 3rd all-time. Eric?
Derrick Rose, Candace Parker, Blake Griffin, Maya Moore, LeBron James, just some of the players whose names you may recognize and who've taken the floor as McDonald's All-Americans. Will any of this year's players join the star ranks of the names I just mentioned? Well, time to meet some of this season's best and brightest.
The best players in the game of basketball play in the McDonald's All-American Games as a senior in high school.
And fans here in Chicago will once again be able to see the best players in the country as the All-American Games will be at the United Center for the 3rd year in a row. He is Camron Smith, and I am Eric Kirn here at the Harrison Street Training Facility where these players are practicing. A lot of talent on this year's roster, Camron. Should be a treat to watch.
Well, Aaron, the uniqueness about these rosters is the abundance of talent and extreme athleticism that these players possess. Now, there are 15 potential NBA first-round draft picks on the boys' side, and a lot of expectations have been placed on the shoulders of these players before even entering high school, and it's safe to say that they've lived up to those heavy expectations.
Well, it's now time to introduce you to some of that top-tier talent on this year's roster.
Starting with Julius Randle. The 6'9", 245-pound Texas native was a late addition to the 2013 McDonald's All-American Games. Randle missed the majority of his senior season with a broken foot, but still dominated the Texas competition by averaging 32 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 steals per game.
I was able to come back at the end of the year and prove that I was healthy enough and how I played in the state tournament and we won. And eventually, I think like 3 or 4 days later after the state tournament, I got the call that I made the McDonald's game. And of course, I was ecstatic. I was really happy.
When you think Julius Randle, you think force, aggression, and skill. Randle's energy on the glass and with the basketball is in a class all by itself.
It's just kind of, fun to, end our high school career like this because, this is the last chapter and, we're going on to bigger and better things.
Randle will join fellow McDonald's All-Americans, the Harrison twins, Marcus Lee, James Young, and Dakari Johnson at the University of Kentucky.
I want to play with great players because it's going to help me get better and improve my game. So, I have 5 other guys that are going to Kentucky that are here with me. So, it's kind of fun just to, hang out with the guys and, kind of start, build that relationship.
The best athlete in the class of 2013 for the girls, Diamond DeShields finished her career at North Cross High School in Georgia, averaging 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 steals per game. Not only is Diamond's athletic ability off the charts, but she has a soft touch on her jump shot to give defenders headaches. Diamond completed the 2012 U17 FIBA World Championships as MVP for Team USA.
This is the peak for me as far as high school basketball goes, and I'm really blessed and I'm really thankful for all the opportunities that have been given to me due to my performance on and off the court.
Diamond will don the Tar Heel blue at the University of North Carolina next season.
Canada's Andrew Wiggins catapulted himself into the class of 2013 as the most sought-after player on the high school basketball level. Finishing his high school career at Huntington Prep in West Virginia, Wiggins used his supreme athleticism and advanced offensive skills to average 22 points and 11 rebounds during his senior season. The winner of the 2013 Gatorade National Player of the Year, Wiggins comes from good stock. His father, Mitchell, played in the NBA, and his mother, Marita, was a silver medalist for Canada in the 1984 Olympics.
It's a great feeling because a lot of people from Canada don't get the opportunity to be in the McDonald's All American Game. Not a lot of people in America get a chance to be in the All American Game, so I just cherish the fact that God blessed this opportunity.
Taya Reimer from Fishers, Indiana, and I go to Hamilton Southeastern High School, and I am the Player of the Year.
The 2013 Morgan Wooden Player of the Year, Taya Reimer, will head to the University of Notre Dame next season. Taya's physicality and deceptive quickness inside the paint allows her to become a force against opponents. The smooth lefty averaged a powerful 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game during her senior campaign at Hamilton Southeastern High School. Taya is the daughter of Ben Davis, who was a 1991 McDonald's All American.
I would say the biggest basketball influence in my life would be my dad, just because he played collegiately, he played professionally, and he was on the 1991 McDonald's team himself, so being a McDonald's All American has always been a dream of mine.
They are the first father-daughter duo in the history of the McDonald's All American Games.
I hope Tucson's celebrating because I'm about to be a West Coast Wildcat at the University of Arizona.
Aaron Gordon, who announced his decision to play for the Arizona Wildcats the day before the McDonald's All American Games, dominated the high school competition throughout his time at Archbishop Mitty High School in San Jose, California.
On to bigger and better things, man. It's pretty crazy that my next step is going to be at the collegiate level. It's gone by so fast.
Gordon's relentless work inside the paint and on the glass stirs up comparisons to the Los Angeles Clippers' Blake Griffin. Gordon averaged a double-double during his senior season with 23 points and 15 rebounds per game. If there's a fast break and Aaron Gordon is preparing to take flight, I suggest you don't blink.
I've practiced so much for so long, and just to finally be recognized as one of the best, at least in the high school level, because I'm a high school player, so that's all I can be. So it just means so much to me, man. It really warms my heart.
Now, it's time to meet the nation's best backcourt, and one half of that backcourt is Aaron Harrison, the #1 shooting guard in the class of 2013. Aaron is a matchup nightmare at 6'5", 215 pounds. He can beat you from the perimeter with a pure jump shot and off the dribble with a variety of offensive moves. Aaron's 25 points per game helped Travis High School to a Texas state championship in their respective class. Now, the other half of the nation's best backcourt may look awfully familiar. That's because Andrew Harrison is the twin brother of Aaron Harrison. Andrew is the #1 point guard in the class of 2013 and will join his brother at the University of Kentucky next season.
What I wanted to be as a college player, I think I could be that at Kentucky. I mean, coaches challenged us and wanted us to become in there and be vocal leaders, so that's what we're going for.
Andrew's ability to handle the ball against any situation, along with his accurate passing, was another reason why Travis High School secured a Texas state championship.
Whitney Young's Lene Harper is the epitome of the word versatility. Averaging 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists per game during her senior season, Harper brings a competitive fire very similar to her former elementary school teammate Jabari Parker.
It was pretty amazing because I was the only girl and Jabari was the best player in the gym. So when I found out that we both were on the team, I was pretty excited and I was just looking forward to playing with him.
Harper has the rare ability to play all 5 positions on the floor at only 5'8". She will continue her basketball career at the University of Kentucky next season.
I'm just really excited, ready to play in front of family and friends, and another chance to step on the court with them one last time.
It's been fun, you know, sharing the whole process with Lene, me and her just being the representatives of Chicago for this game, of course, and to get everybody to come out and show their support has been good.
Chicago Simeon's Jabari Parker carries one of the most impressive high school basketball resumes in recent memory. At 6'8", 220 pounds, the Morgan Wooden Player of the Year has the versatility and basketball IQ that puts him in that elite category of high school basketball players. Winning 4 straight Illinois high school 4A state championships, Parker averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists during his senior season.
I'm so grateful that I've been able to work hard. I know in my freshman year I wasn't really out in the national scene, but as I got along throughout high school, I didn't let that discourage me. I kept on working, kept on getting in the gym, and I really focused on my health. Well, after the state championship game, it hit me. I got the opportunity to play my last game. That mattered the most, and it's just been a great experience.
Parker will play his college basketball at Duke University under the legendary head coach Mike Krzyzewski. But before embarking on that journey, he'll compete in front of his hometown fans of Chicago starting on Tuesday night at the Powerade Jam Fest.
Now that we've introduced you to some of the players on the roster, it is time for the All-Americans to showcase their skills. We are at the University of Chicago, and this is the Powerade Jam Fest. Fans here at the Ratner Center will be treated to a 3-point contest, a skills competition, and last but certainly not least, a slam dunk contest. So now let's have some fun and see what these All-Americans are made of.
First, it was the girls' skills competition. Competitors had to dribble through a series of obstacles, throw a chest pass and a bounce pass through the ring, knock a 3 down from the top of the key, complete 1 more chest pass, then it's race home around the Powerade bottles and finish right where they started with a layup. The lowest time, of course, wins. Point guard Jessica Washington from Tulsa, Oklahoma, guard Jordan Reynolds from Portland, Oregon, Player of the Year Taya Reimer from Fishers, Indiana, and Chicago's own Lene Harper were the 4 finalists. Jessica Washington set the pace at 30.7 seconds, and no one would be able to catch her. Harper finished in 2nd place, but in the end, it was the future North Carolina Tar Heel, Jessica Washington, who would win the girls' skills competition. For the boys, Jabari Parker competed, but he did not make the finals. Who did? Rondé Hollis Jefferson of Chester, Pennsylvania, Hercules, California's Jabari Bird, and Demetrius Jackson of Mishawaka, Indiana, a city in the South Bend metropolitan area. Jackson won the competition easily, 6 seconds separating he and Jabari Bird. By the way, Jackson is staying in South Bend for school. He'll be attending the University of Notre Dame. On to the 3-point competition. 5 racks, 5 balls on each rack, each ball worth 1 point with the exception of the money ball, which is worth 2. Highest total wins, starting with the ladies, Rebecca Greenwell of Owensboro, Kentucky. She's one of 3 McDonald's All Americans to be attending Duke University. She finished with 15. Next, Kayla Davis let it fly. Kayla's the daughter of former NBA player Antonio Davis and will attend Georgia Tech in the fall. Her total, 17. Diamond DeShields would follow, but the future Tar Heel wouldn't be able to equal Davis or Greenwell. DeShields totaled 14. And finally, the lefty, Kelsey Plum, who will play at the University of Washington in the fall, finished with 12. That means Kayla Davis is your 2013 girls 3-point champion. Now the 3 finalists on the boys' side, Wayne Selden Jr., Nigel Williams-Goss, and Matt Jones. Selden, who will play for Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks, dropped in 12. Nigel Williams-Goss, a native of Happy Valley, Oregon, and a future Washington Husky, knocked in 18. That would prove to be enough. Jabari Parker's future teammate at Duke, Matt Jones, finished with 16, so Nigel Williams-Goss is your 2013 boys three-point champion, and he would go on to defeat Kayla Davis in the King of the Hill competition. Then it was time for what everyone was waiting for, the slam dunk contest. With Stephen A. Smith and Bo Jackson as two of the judges, featuring 5 contestants: Chris Walker, aka Skywalker, Andrew Wiggins, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, and his future Wildcat teammate Aaron Gordon, and last but certainly not least, and I think it's safe to say he knows a thing or two about throwing it down. With the competition in his backyard, Parker had 2 dunks with a bit of Chicago flair, of course paying homage to Michael Jordan. Jefferson finished last, but his final dunk was one of the evening's best. Andrew Wiggins finished 4th, but his degree of difficulty was second to none. On that one, Wiggins scored a perfect 60. Jabari Parker never received a 60, but he did finish ahead of Wiggins for 3rd place. Aaron Gordon showed off his athleticism. Arizona's very happy to land that recruit. And in the end, it was the 6'10 recruit headed to play for Billy Donovan at Florida who would finish with the competition's highest score. Chris Walker is your 2013 Powerade Jam Fest Slam Dunk Champion.
So that's going to wrap things up here at the Jam Fest. A big congrats go out to all the winners here tonight. Now it's just one more day of practice and then game on at the United Center.
Great work, Aaron. Thank you so much. And coming up next, the players spend some time off the court learning about the real reason for the games. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with Sports Weekly's intimate look inside the McDonald's All American Games. I'm Eric Schmidt. For 38 years, Ronald McDonald House Charities has provided a home away from home for families to stay near a hospitalized child. And during their Chicago trip, the players learned what the game proceeds help support. Camron Smith joined their visit to a local Ronald McDonald House where they brightened up the day for many families in difficult situations.
Hi, I'm Camron Smith, and I'm standing in front of the Ronald McDonald House near Lurie's Children's Hospital in downtown Chicago. 49 of the elite high school boys and girls basketball players in the country spent quality time with hospitalized children and their families for the first event of the 2013 McDonald's All American Games. Not only are these players talented on the court, but it's their dedication to community service and their ability to put smiles on the faces of so many is what makes them stand out.
Ronald McDonald House Charities began in 1974 in Philadelphia, and Ronald McDonald Houses provide a home away from home for families who have sick children in hospitals receiving critical care. The net proceeds from the games go to Ronald McDonald House Charities. So we've raised over $10 million over the last 35 years. So each year we bring the team to the Ronald McDonald House on Sunday. They get to interact with the families and with the kids, participate in activities, crafts, and things like that. And a lot of the players say this is their most memorable moment is the visit to Ronald McDonald House.
It's one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, I know I'm a fortunate kid, and community service is one of the biggest aspects of my life because I know my community helped me get to where I was, and I know that it's all about giving back.
This is such a privilege for us, and these kids look up to us playing basketball, but it's fun for us to be there with them, and they're inspiring us, just with their situations, and they're still staying positive, so it's been really fun.
They say this makes their day, but it makes our day too, so we just realize how fortunate and blessed we are. It's a great feeling to be here.
It's just always been a dream of mine to have an impact like this, especially on little kids, and to make a good impact on them because they care. She's being shy right now, but she's really a sweet girl, and I just met her.
You can see the players absolutely love this. They love hanging out with these kids, and so the families love it too. It's a nice break for the families, a little respite for them in terms of being at the house.
Kids look up to us, and we can just make their day and just make them smile and just show them that we're just alike in so many ways.
I don't know. I was just copying whatever he did, trying to let him know I kind of want to be like him. It means a lot, you know, just to give back to these wonderful children that need people to take time with them. That means a lot because, you know, growing up, I was one of these children, you know, so people always had to give back to me. So every chance I get, I would love to give back to someone else.
Well, it's been fun so far. I'm seeing a lot of kids, they're real sociable. They're not afraid to talk, interact with us, and these kids need us the most, so we can make their day on Easter Sunday. I try to give back as much as possible because I couldn't have got here by myself. It was always someone that put in some work to help me get to where I am right now, so it'd be selfish not to give back. So every step of the way, I try to do it.
I think the impact that I'm realizing that we actually have on these kids, I've always been active in community service, and I just think, you know, as much as, you know, all the blessings and stuff that I've received, you know, the least I can do is, you know, to help out other people.
This is amazing. One of the most exciting things about this week, I think, for me was to come here. I love little kids, and I have 3 younger siblings myself, and they look up to us. I mean, it's just amazing, and I'm having so much fun.
Now, are you having fun?
Yes.
Now, what's your favorite part of today?
Easter egg hunt.
We can really be good role models to these kids, and we're out here doing some special things. I'm just really enjoying every second of it.
It brings joy to me. See the smiles on everybody's face, and love giving high fives to the kids and just giving back to everybody.
It means a lot, you know, to give back. You know, just not all about basketball and what I do, but it's about everyone, and it's a lot of money put into these games, and to know that they're using it in a positive way, it means a lot, and it's really good. And I'm proud to say that I'm a McDonald's All American.
So that will do it for today's event at the Ronald McDonald House. We were able to see the McDonald's All-Americans shine off the court and bring so many smiles to so many children.
We look forward to this visit every year. The players look forward to it, and we're looking forward to the games on Wednesday night as well.
Tonight's the night these players have been waiting for. The lights are shining bright, the cameras are rolling, and the country will get their first chance to see these future stars in action. First, the ladies will tip things off. Anthony Smith, Bolingbrook's head coach, and Lene Harper of Whitney Young will try to lead the West team to their first victory in 3 years.
The 12th annual girls game was officially underway. And Kayla Davis, who will be playing in her home state heading to Georgia Tech, wasted little time. She put the East up 2-0. But the hometown girl would even it up. Lene Harper gets the steal and the finish. Harper, of course, headed to Kentucky to play with her former Whitney Young teammate Janae Thompson in the fall. And here she is again with the 18-foot jumper in transition. Then it's Harper's future teammate at Kentucky, Michaela Epps, who gets the tough layup to fall for the East. But Harper and the West squad would come right back. Here's Lene with the floater. How many times have we seen that before in a Dolphin uniform? And this too. It's Harper with a dime to a cutting Mercedes Russell, the future Tennessee Volunteer, and the West were simply running away with it. And here's Harper again with a find. Rebecca Greenwell, one of 3 Duke Blue Devils on the West. And by now, you should have noticed a theme. That's Russell again with the feed from Harper, 41-25 West. But the East would finish the first half on a 6-0 run. But to start the second, it was the West who would strike first. That's Erica McCall with a nice turnaround. And more from Anthony Smith's squad. Check out the spin move from Taylor Scaife, making Little Rock, Arkansas proud. She's playing at Rutgers in the fall. Lene Harper, sick crossover. She finds Kelsey Plum in the corner for 3. Then it is Harper once again. She picks the pocket of Kayla Davis, dishes it for the assist to Jessica Washington. Next possession for the West. Washington returns the favor. Harper knocks down the jumper. They would coast to a 28-point victory. She was a big reason why. That's Mercedes Russell, finishing with 16 points and 12 rebounds to earn MVP honors.
We wanted to push the ball and get transition, you know, get good shots, and just, we had, you know, high intensity the whole game, and that was one of our main goals, is to get out and run. You know, I couldn't have done it without my teammates, though, them passing me the ball. You know, we've been working really hard in practices and everything, but I couldn't have done it without them.
When you stepped out on the floor and they call your name when you're running out, what's going through your mind?
I just got a good vibe and a good feel, you know, Chicago, and I could just hear the fans, you know, screaming my name, my family, and I know everyone was out there rooting for me and wanted the best for me.
She is Lene Harper of Whitney Young. She finished with 8 points and 4 assists. It's now time for her elementary school teammate, Jabari Parker, to take the floor.
He's a 6'8" forward out of Simeon Career Academy, number 22, Jabari Parker.
Fans are here to marvel at the next generation of basketball stars. And one star in particular, Simeon's Jabari Parker, will compete in front of his hometown family, friends, and supporters in his final high school basketball game. We're standing courtside right before the start of the 36th annual McDonald's All American Game. There seems to be something special about this class of 2013.
I think there is something very special about it. Listen, this whole thing is absolutely loaded. I don't know how you can't sit down on your couch, have a bag of popcorn, and enjoy the show.
And it was a show definitely worth the wait.
The players are ready. I'm excited, so let's get to the action.
And when the ball was tipped, nearly 16,000 fans were in attendance to witness the next generation of basketball stars. Aaron Gordon broke the seal to the game by showing why he was a two-time Mr. Basketball of California. Now it's time for some brotherly love between the Harrison twins. The duo were a big reason why the West controlled the first half, combining for 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting and 6 assists. Big Blue Nation of Kentucky, stay calm. The twins are coming. Adding to the Kentucky arsenal is another Texas native, 6'9" Julius Randle. The lefty finished the first half with 7 points and 5 rebounds. Now it's time for a little Canadian flavor. Andrew Wiggins showed the United Center crowd and everyone watching at home why he is considered the top high school prospect in the nation. But Jabari Parker made sure that he made an imprint on the first half in a variety of ways. Parker filled the stat sheet with 4 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and 2 assists. The West took a 56-44 lead into halftime. And during the break, the Notre Dame recruit, Demetrius Jackson, was honored with the John Daly Sportsmanship Award. To start the second half, Jabari Parker continued his assertive play with a nice tip-in, adding to the West lead. He finished the game with 10 points and 8 boards. Wayne Selden Jr., who is the lone Big 12 recruit heading to Kansas, dropped in 2 of his 13 points to keep the East within striking distance. And Larry Brown's SMU recruit Keith Frazier added to the East comeback with his own aerial assault, giving him 6 points for the game. But in the end, it was San Jose native Aaron Gordon that provided a few exclamation points to give the West a victory. Gordon shined the brightest with his 24 points and 8 rebounds, giving him MVP honors.
It was really great, man. I've been watching all the players come up through the McDonald's All American Game, and to finally get here and go through the process of it all, it means a lot that I can come out here and compete with all the best players.
I just felt like we were finally here. I'm from Canada. A lot of Canadians don't get a chance to come here and have the opportunity to go to the McDonald's All American Games, so I just feel blessed. And the experience for me was just great.
It was like homecoming. I know that I represent other high school players, so that's all I wanted to do. I represent the city of Chicago in a good way. And of course, Coach Mike coached me. A lot of people don't know I was about to go to Marcon if I didn't go to Simeon. So
don't rub that in. Forget that. I think, obviously coaching these guys is a tremendous experience. You get one player like this as a high school coach probably in 25, 30 years, and there's 12 of them on your team. So I had a great experience. Great group of guys to work with.
Standing here with Coach Jasper Williams. And Coach, how great of a feeling is it to cap your coaching career off with an event like this with the McDonald's All Americans?
Finishing up here at the United Center, being around great athletes, and half of these guys going to be in the NBA, so I will always remember that.
It was a fun atmosphere, I'm not happy that we didn't get the win, but again, it's just a great experience, and I'm glad I was a part of it.
These are all great players, and I really enjoyed the whole week with them, spending time getting to know them as people, but getting to know them on the court also.
I mean, it was great. I mean, just being such a prestigious competition out there with great guys, I was just happy to get the win.
Well, that will do it here at the United Center as the 36th annual McDonald's All American Game comes to a close. The West team, Jabari Parker's team, took home the victory, but it was Aaron Gordon who outshined everyone, taking home the MVP trophy. Let's send it back to you, Eric.
Congrats to all of this year's All-Americans. And after the games, we know that Chicago was the biggest winner. From Jabari Parker and Lene Harper to both West teams' coaching staffs and to the families staying in the local Ronald McDonald House who were touched by the players' visit to Chicago basketball fans. And if you missed this year's game, don't worry. You'll get a chance to watch the 2014 McDonald's All-Americans next spring as the games return to the United Center for the 4th year in a row. On behalf of Aaron Kirn, Camron Smith, and our entire crew, thanks for watching.